Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how I got into comic books for the investing, but somewhere along the way I fell in love with comic books. If you guys have been friends of the channel, followed me for any length of time, you guys know that a lot of my comic book journey has been on YouTube. It's been my little video diary. And some of my earlier episodes or earlier videos, you can kind of see how I'm developing as a comic book collector. And a lot of these books that I'm showing here in the beginning are in really good condition. This one is not so. So it's kind of got a spine roll, some damage on the edges. The paper is not in great shape. In the very beginning, I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what I wanted to collect. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. That day when we got into my dad's storage unit and found all those hidden treasures, you know, the first thing that was on my mind, and I'm being very truthful here, it was dollar signs. It was like, we got to get in here, we got to see what Dad has because this could be a gold mine. But little did I know, several years later, I would be sitting here in a room full of stuff that I have obtained over the years, and I absolutely love it. Are you one of those people that got into this for the investing, into this for the money aspect of it? Are you still in the hobby if you are? I think a lot of people that got into this for the money saw that it crashed, the bottom dropped out. A lot of those people are now gone, thankfully, because it's dropped a lot of our comic books that we want down in price to be more obtainable levels. But if you're sitting right there and you're sitting with a stack of comic books and all these books that you bought and you got into it for investing, what do you do now? I think a lot of people have just sold everything. They've taken their hit, they've taken their loss. You know, it's like that panic selling of just like, even if it's at a loss, they just got to get rid of it, got to get out of it. You know, you can really see the people that are doing that were just in this for the investment. In the beginning, I was buying things for investing. A good example of this is my SheHulk book. I had a 7.5 CGC slab, and I think I bought it for like $80, $100 from a friend. Owns a comic book shop in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Shout out, Mick. And I was buying that book for all the wrong reasons. I was buying it because the SheHulk show was coming out. I was buying it for speculation. I was buying it as an investment. I couldn't care less about SheHulk because I never had read a story. I didn't know anything about John Byrne's creation. That is kind of what I'm talking about. Buying and collecting things based solely on investing and financial gain, you're doing it wrong. I'm not telling you how to collect. I'm just telling you from my personal experience, when I would go into my comic book collection and see my SheHulk 7.5, I would feel nothing because I didn't care about the character. In the beginning, I was trying to teach myself a lot of about comics. I was trying to learn the first appearances. That Venom run, I'm like, okay, I've been hearing about this specific book, Venom 3, first appearance of Null. And let me tell you, I don't know a lot about this. Getting into comic books is like, you know, a fire hose spraying down your throat. You know, you're going to catch like some of the water, but you're probably going to be drowning a little bit just trying to figure out what's going on. So getting into this hobby was difficult. So a lot of the things that I would do were financially based. Is this a good investment? Is this how I want to spend my money? And that was what led me to doing the CGC stuff, where I was I was sending books down there to be graded because that's what I thought I should be doing. A lot of the stuff that my dad had, I tried to get that graded, especially the bigger stuff, because I thought, you know, that was what the best thing to do. Batman 181, first appearance of Poison Ivy. So our expectations going into this one, it was a 2.5, 2 on the low end. You know, everything was still attached, no detached covers, nothing crazy like that. Well, over time, and you guys know I've been to many shows as a dealer, I would pick things out and get things to start selling. Well, over time, I'd start taking less and less and less, and I saw what was happening. I was growing attached to the things. It wasn't so much about how much can I get for this, or is this something I can sell? It was like, I like that. I want to keep that. And well, I don't want to sell that one right now. It became pretty clear that it wasn't about, hey, I need to sell this at the right time, or I need to sell this now because it's hot or whatever. It was like, I just want to keep that because I like that. And that kept happening with my collection. Now, I still have a lot of the remnants of my speculation, investing things. And let me just say this now. Comic books are, it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, I don't think a great investment. Because if you're in this for trying to, keep your money safe, or trying to hide from inflation, which is something I thought I was doing, you're not doing it right. This is not that. And it's pretty evident that shows in the market right now, everything has completely crashed. The collectibles are not safe from what happens to the economy. And all these big channels that tell you about the blue chip keys and these investments and these books that are safe, even the big first appearances, Iron Man, Thor, Spider-Man, all the big books, they're not safe either. Everything has gone down. The blue chip key idea it's a lie. Getting back to what I'm collecting now and what's leading me to buy things now is because of my reading. If you guys watched my video about the books that I'm wanting to buy this upcoming year, you'll see that a lot of those books are not necessarily the hot keys or the hot top 10. It's books that of first appearances of characters that I've read their stories and I want to have their first appearance. As I've read more and more and more, and I've tried to read some of the most critically acclaimed comic books of all time, I start seeing these are the characters that I like. These are the characters that just hit different. Some of these obscure characters and these teams that, I've bought the key issue, or I bought this book because it's somehow significant somewhere. I quickly realized I don't want my collection to be based around that. I want my collection to be things that I actually like, which is shocking, right? As I go back and I look through some of my old stuff, I'm like, why do I have this? What is this? And that is never more evident than my collection of runs. I have really completely stopped putting runs together. And I know a lot of you people are like, sacrilege, fake comic book collector. Well, the reason being is I just don't read comics like that. I like to read the comics in omnibus and absolutes collected editions. I like the oversized format. I like having the whole story in one book that I can just kind of carry around. These runs, they don't do it for me. I know a lot of people enjoy, putting the run together and filing it away, but those runs sitting in my closet, I feel nothing for that. Having this, X-Men 94, this means more to me than having a big run of the new X-Men, which I have that, but it's like, this is cooler to me. It's cooler to have a key issue, a key first appearance. It is to me because it means something significant. It's like it's like a little trophy. It's like a banner book. It's a book that it means something. And that's really what I have started just doing with the single issues. And I realized that that's what I should have been doing all along. I should have been buying the individual book that means something, regardless of whether or not it's a key, regardless of whether or not it's whatever. If it's an issue I like, or if it's a key book, a first appearance, or a great cover, or one single great story, that's what I should have been buying single issues. I should have been buying the thing that I actually care about. So somewhere along the way, I fell in love with this hobby. And you can see from my earlier videos, it's coming from a different place. And I will be very honest and transparent. I've never been the guy that's been like, oh, I know the most. I know, when this character first appeared, or I know when this story beat happened, or it's never been, this channel and me talking has never been like a flex of my knowledge, because let's just face facts. A lot of you guys that are watching have a lot more knowledge than me. Really, this has just kind of become my comic book journey. This has been my, how I've accumulated, how I've learned, the hits that I've taken. A lot of my videos have been my mistakes, the things that I did wrong that I wish I would have done different, and I hope that you, the viewer, does those differently so you don't go through the same thing. But everybody's collecting is so different. They want different things. And many of you may be in this for the investing and getting, as much money out of this as you can. If that brings you joy and happiness, then do it. I just realized that the flip and the worrying about the money and the worrying about the investing and seeing the crash and the boom and the crash, it's like I'm kind of separated from that now. I'm just enjoying the books, enjoying the stories, enjoying my first appearances and my CGC slabs, and enjoying what I have. And I think I'm learning how to do this right. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.